अच्छा फातिमा, अब देखो, significant figures of a given number are those numbers or important digits which convey the meaning according to its accuracy. Okay, those numbers are 68 has 4 significant digits. Okay, अच्छा, अब ये तो होगी बड़ी आम सी एक वही बात जो है, आपको डेफिनेशन आपने अक्सर बुक्स में पढ़ी होती है, ठीक है। लेकिन हम इसको अंडरस्टैंड कैसे कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। इसके लिए हमने कुछ रूल्स हैं, उनको हमने फॉलो करना है, ठीक है, एंड यू विल बी एबल टू सी देम। अच्छा, अब देखो रूल नंबर 1 फातिमा। अब रूल नंबर 1 क्या कह रहा है? रूल नंबर 1 सेज दैट मूव फ्रॉम डेसिमल टुवर्ड्स द नंबर अंटिल यू रीच डिजिट्स। अच्छा, एक और चीज फातिमा, सिग्निफिकेंट नंबर जो हैं ये हमेशा क्या होंगे? 0 से 9 के दरमियान, 1 से 9 के दरमियान, ओके। दे विल ऑलवेज बी फ्रॉम 1 to 9, ओके। only these numbers are called significant figures, okay। and what about 0? Do you think that 0 is a significant figure?
No, miss.
0 is sometimes significant and sometimes it's not, okay। it is significant sometimes, sometimes significant only, ठीक है। अच्छा, अब ये किस किस केसेस में सिग्निफिकेंट होगा, वी आर गोइंग टू सी दैट, ठीक है। अब ये रूल्स में हम यही देखेंगे। अच्छा, अब देखो फातिमा, उससे क्या, मूव द डेसिमल टुवर्ड्स द नंबर अंटिल यू रीच अ डिजिट। अच्छा, अब देखो, अब सबसे पहला स्टेप, हमने एक डेसिमल से नंबर को मूव करना है, ठीक है, टुवर्ड्स द नंबर अंटिल यू रीच अ, what does it say? Move from decimal towards the number until you reach a digit. So अच्छा, अब इस कंडीशन में देखो, where is my decimal फातिमा? In this condition my decimal is at right side, okay, and I will try to move my decimal until we reach a number like this, ठीक है। So what will you say? That this number is significant, this number is significant, and this number is significant. This is not significant, neither this significant nor this significant. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
We will move our decimal until we reach a number which is from 1 to 9. Same way, here my decimal is over here. I will move my decimal until I will reach a number. Okay. So here you can say that 8 is significant and 1 is significant. Here this 0 is not significant, neither this 0 is significant, nor this 0 is significant. Clear, Fatma?
Yes,
So
miss.
how many numbers are significant over here? Only 3 numbers are significant. And over here, only 2 numbers are significant figures. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
Okay. There is one more thing. 0 is not significant. If 0 is at the start or at the end, it is not going to be significant. Okay? These zeros are not significant. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
So these zeros at the start and at the end, they are not going to considered as significant. Is it clear, Fatma? Now, the third part of the rule number 1. Always apply rule number 1 on one side of the decimal, okay? Like if we are going to apply rule, like there is a thing, I'm going to give you example. Suppose that like this, you can say that if I'm using this one, just like 0081.01. So you can say that I have followed a rule which says that if I'm going to use like apply rule 1 on one-sided numbers, okay? So here are two sides of the numbers. Is it clear, Fatma? So I need to apply rule number 1 on one-sided numbers. So here you can say that in this condition, I'm not going to apply rule number 1. I will apply rule number 2. And what is rule number 2? Rule number 2 says that if a 0 is sandwiched between two numbers, then that 0 will be a significant figure. Okay. And how can it be sandwiched? It can be sandwiched like this. This 0 is sandwiched. Okay. And over here, do you think that this is going to be a 0? Let me put a value over here as well to make it correct. Now, Fatma, tell me, do you think that this one is a sandwich 0?
Yes,
Fatma?
miss.
Yes, these are also sandwich zeros. And what about these two? These two are also sandwich. And what about this, Fatma? Do you think that these zeros are sandwich zeros?
No, miss.
These are not sandwich zero. So how many significant figures are here? 1, 2, and 3. And over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. And over here, only 1, 2, and 3. These 4 zeros are not significant. Clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
Okay, let's talk about this for rule number 3. Rule number 3 says that an unnecessary zero is significant. Fatma, what is meant by unnecessary zero? Do you have an idea about unnecessary zero?
After
The
decimal?
number just like this. This one is an unnecessary zero. Okay, so you will say that this is unnecessary zero. Okay, and what is the condition for unnecessary zero? The condition for unnecessary zero is that zero will always come after the decimal. This kind of zero, like unnecessary zero, is going to come after the decimal, okay? And it will be at extreme right condition. Okay, these are the two conditions where unnecessary zeros will be placed. After the decimal, just like here, okay? Just like here, it was after the decimal. And extreme right, and this is my extreme right condition as well. Okay, after the decimal and extreme right, that condition is called them unnecessary zero. If unnecessary zeros are present, then your significant figures will be, like in that case, zero will be of significant. Okay, so here this one is significant figure, this one is significant figure, and same with this one is significant figure. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
And what about this, Fatma? How many significant figures are there?
1, 2, 3. 3 significance.
1, 2, and 3 only. These two are not significant. Oh, Fatma, these are significant. These two zeros are significant. These are after the decimal and extreme right condition. That is what I wanted you to tell. Okay, these are significant figures. These are unnecessary zeros. We call them unnecessary zeros. And the condition of unnecessary zero is that they are after the decimal and at extreme right condition. So after the decimal and extreme right condition, that is called unnecessary decimal, unnecessary zero. Is it clear, Fatma? So here my
Yes,
significant
miss.
figures will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There will be 5 significant figures. Padma, is it clear? Have you any confusion in it?
Yes, miss.
Do you
No,
have any
miss.
confusion?
No, miss.
Okay, okay, Padma, how many significant figures are there?
5.
5, okay. And what about this? How will you call them? What kind of zeros are these?
These are sandwich 0.
Yes. And what about this zero?
Extreme right 0.
Yes, and we call them
After decimal, sorry.
unnecessary zero. This is sandwich zero. Okay, so all of them are significant. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There are 5 significant digits, 5 significant figures. Clear, Fatma? Okay,
Yes, miss.
let's see that now. How to convert a given significant figures? Okay, we will be following two. What are those? First rule is that you always have to solve your question in 2 steps. Okay, first step is that you will round it off. Okay, and second step is that you will remove unnecessary zeros. Okay, these will be the 2 steps in which you will be completing your question. Okay, all right, let's solve this general question. It says that that number is basically 7, which means that 7 is greater than 5. If my number, which is at the neighboring condition or neighboring position, if that number will be greater than 5 or equal to 5, it means that I need to add 1 in the previous term. Okay, I will be adding 1 in the previous term, like this number. If this number is greater than 5, then I will be adding 1 in the previous term, and the remaining terms will become 0. Okay, so what will I be doing? I will write here as 15.1, and remaining items are going to be 0. This is step 1. I told you to solve this in 2
Yes, miss.
steps.
Yes,
Step
miss.
1. And second step is that remove unnecessary zeros. Okay, now my second step is to remove unnecessary zero. Fatma, what was the condition of unnecessary zero? These zeros will be coming after decimal and they will be lying at the extreme right condition, isn't it? So these
Yes,
three
miss.
zeros are my unnecessary zeros and I will be removing them. Okay, we can remove only unnecessary zero, except that we cannot remove any other zero. Okay, we are not allowed to. So step 2, by removing unnecessary zero, my answer will become 15.1 and that will be my answer. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
Okay, now let's solve this, the same question up to nearest 10. Okay, the question was 15.0782 up to 10. Okay, up to 10 means this is unit and this will be 10. ऐसे ही है ना? Unit 10, 100,000, you know this pattern as well. So I have
Yes,
to round it
miss.
off up to this digit. Okay, if I want to round off up to this digit, it means that I need to look for the neighbor. Okay, if the neighbor is 5 or greater than 5, then I will be adding 1 in the previous term and remaining terms all will become 0 zeros. Okay, so here a neighbor is 5, so I'm going to add 1 in it and remaining all terms are going to be 0. So that was the step 1. Step 1, I'm going to write it, and according to step 1 it is 5 and plus 1, it's going to be 2, 0.0000. Okay, 4 zeros will be coming. And step number 2 says that I need to round off all the unnecessary zeros. And Fatma, how many unnecessary zeros are present over here?
4.
Yes, these 4 are unnecessary zeros. I need to remove them. Okay, and then my answer is going to be 21. Did you understand it now, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
This technique is gonna valid on every single condition. Okay, it will not let you to make your question incorrect. Okay, your question is not going to be incorrect with this technique. Is it clear, Fatma? Let's move to
Yes,
next
miss.
question. Write this correct to two significant figures. Okay, Fatma. So what are two significant figures? These two figures are called significant figures. First two figures are
Mm.
called significant figures. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
All right. So we need to round it off up to 2 digits. So first step 1, rounding off. Step number 1. If I want to round off up to 5, 6, I need to look for the third digit. That is called neighbor. If that number is greater than 5 or equal to 5, then 1 will be added in it. And now you can see that this number is greater than 5. So I will be adding 1 in it and I will make all other numbers as 0. Okay. So it will be 5, 7, 0, 0, 0, 0. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
Okay, now step 2. Step 2 says that we are going to remove all unnecessary zeros. Do you see any unnecessary zero over here?
No, miss.
Okay, good. There is no unnecessary zero because the condition of unnecessary zeros was they will come after decimal and they will be at the extreme right side. Either the decimal is right over here, but extreme right side is this side. This side is extreme right side, and we have no zero over here. Okay, we have zeros at the left. It means that we are not going to remove any unnecessary zero, which is not present right now. So that will be my answer. Now it says that write this term in standard form. Okay. So Fatma, how are we going to do that? What is standard form? Fatma,
We
what is
we
standard
will
form?
move we will move decimal now to left side
Okay.
until 5. So it
Right
will
now
be
my
5.6.
okay, right now my decimal is at this point. I'm going to move it
Yes,
until
miss.
first non-zero digit, isn't it? So that is my first non-zero digit,
Yes,
and I
miss.
will up till here. And you will see that my value will be 5.69 into 10 raised to power. Fatma, how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 10 raised to power 5. Now, either positive will come or negative will come. As
Left
decimal
side
positive,
increases.
from point to left side, then power increases. If decimal moves
Yes, miss.
towards right, then power reduces. Okay. So here our decimal has moved to left side. It means that power has increased, like power will be positive. So that will be my answer. Let's move to next question. All right. It says that work out 11.313 minus this. Okay, give your answer correct to one decimal place. All right, Fatma, let's solve that question. We are going to solve
What question?
11.3139 minus 2.28 times cube root of 9 square, which is 81. Okay, Fatma, our answer is 1.44891. It says now, give your answer correct to one decimal place. Okay, so what is my decimal place? Which one is my one decimal? After decimal, this is my first position. Okay, so that is one decimal place. I have to round it off up till here. And what is that? To see that, to round it off up till here, I need to see a very next digit, and which is called neighbor as well. Like you can call this neighbor. I just call this by math. Okay, either it's not a neighbor. So you have to see a very next digit. If that very next digit is 5 or greater than 5, then you are going to add 1 in it. But right now, this number is less than 5. It means that you are going to add 0 in it. Like you are going to add nothing. Okay. So you are not going to add anything, and all remaining zeros are going to, all remaining digits are going to be 0. So you will be writing here as 1.40000. Okay, 4 digits and 4 zeros. That was a step 1 to round off. Now, according to step 2, what does it say that? Fatma, step 2 says that remove all unnecessary
Zeros.
zeros. So do you think that there is any unnecessary zero?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so what are those?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, 4 zeros are unnecessary zeros. It means that I'm going to round them off. Okay, these 4 zeros will be rounded off and I will be left with 1.4. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
Let's solve this question now. Find the value of 7.2 over this. Okay, Fatma, let's solve it. Give your answer correct to 4 significant places. 7.2 divided by 11.8 minus 10.95. Okay, Fatma, our answer is going to come in minus. It will be minus 10.3398. That is our answer. And Fatma, it says that round it off up to 4 significant figures. Okay, 3983. Okay, so how many significant figures can be 4? Like 1, 2, 3, and 4. These 4 digits are called significant figures, isn't it?
Yes, miss.
So if I want to round it off up to 4 significant digits, I need to see a very next digit. Okay, and if that digit is 5 or greater than 5, I'm going to add 1 in it. And luckily it is 5. It is 9, which is greater than 5. So what will I be doing? I will be adding 1 in the previous term. Okay, and it will become 10.35000. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
That was the step 1. Okay, you don't need to mention step 1. It's totally up to you. Okay, and what will be the step 2? Remove unnecessary zeros. And how many unnecessary zeros are present in it? Do you think
3.
there is any unnecessary zero?
Yes,
Fatma,
miss.
these zeros are after decimal at extreme right condition. So these zeros are unnecessary zeros and I need to remove them. And my answer will be 10.35. That will be my answer. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
All right. It says that write down all the numbers displayed on your calculator. Okay, Fatma, do it quickly. We need to write all the numbers which are displayed on your calculator. Okay, and these are 1.326567277. These are the numbers which are visible on my screen. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
All right. What is the next part? Give your answer up to 3 decimal places. So Fatma, how many decimal places does it want? These are the 3 decimal places. Okay. After
Yes,
decimal,
miss.
they want you to write your value up to 3 digits. Okay. So if I want to write my answer up to this digit, then it means that I need to I need to see the very next digit and figure out either it's 5 or greater than 5, but it is 5 as well. So I'm going to add 1 in the previous term. Okay. And I will be rounding it off like 1.327, and remaining numbers all become zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here will be 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it clear, Fatma? And last
Yes,
step
miss.
is remove unnecessary zeros, and unnecessary zeros are these zeros, okay, which are after decimal and at extreme right condition. So after removing them, my answer is this one. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
Okay, let's solve this part. In the space provided, write each number in this calculation correct to one significant figure. Okay, up to one significant figure. Fatma, which number can be called as one significant figure? This number will be a significant
4.8.
figure.
Yes, miss.
4 will
4,
be
1, and
significant
16.
figure, and this one will be significant figure. Same way, this one is significant. Okay, to round it off up to my specific limit, I need to see the very next digit. Okay, so very next digit is greater than 5. Okay, so it means that it's going to be 5. And for this one, I need to see the very next digit, which is 9. 9 is greater than 5. So it means that I need to add 1 in the previous term, which will be 2. And remaining terms will be 0. Okay, remaining numbers will be 0. Fatma, I'm going to write it over here. It's going to be 5.0 times 2.245 zeros, 3 to 5, and 5 zeros over and over here by rounding it off. I'm going to get 2. Like if I want to round off up to one decimal, one significant figure, all other will become 0 by adding 1 in it, because the very next element is greater than 5. So it is going to be 2. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
2.20.00. Is it clear till here?
Yes, miss.
Now last step. Now last step says that remove unnecessary zeros. So which 0 is unnecessary? This one is unnecessary. And these are unnecessary. These are unnecessary. So we are going to remove them. So by removing them, you can see that my final answer will be 5. And here it will be 2. And here it will be 20. Okay. Let's simplify it. Okay, it didn't say that simplify it. Okay, it says that just write each number in its calculation correct to one significantly. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
All right. Now it says that estimate the value of P. That was equal to P. Now let's estimate it. 2 ones are, 2 tens are, 5 ones are, and 5 twos are. So that is 1 by 2. Like
Yes,
for this part,
miss.
I'm solving this for this part. So P is supposed to be 1 over 2, which is called 0.5. Okay. And in estimation, I will explain this topic as well to you. So in estimation, you will be able to see that we try to take that value which is nearest to be solved without calculation. Okay. So if I'm having 1 by 2, then I can assume this or approximate this or estimate this up to 1. So my P will be equals to 1. That is my estimated value. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
Do you have any confusion in it?
No, miss.
Okay, let's focus on this one. Write the number correct to one significant figure. So Fatma, which number will be one significant? That one will be one
7.
significant figure. And over here, which number can be considered as one significant figure?
7.
7 is significant. So what is the rule to solve that? We need to see the very next
Rounding up.
element, very next digit. If that number will be greater than 5, then 1 will be added in the previous term, and all the remaining numbers will become 0. Okay, so 7 plus 1, it's going to be 8, and all remaining numbers are zeros. Okay, so
Yes,
3 zeros.
miss.
So the second step is to remove unnecessary zeros. Do you see any unnecessary 0 over here?
No, miss.
There is
No,
no
miss.
unnecessary zero, so our answer will be as it is. Now, what about this one? I need to round it off up to first significant figure. So that one was first significant figure. Now I need to see the very next digit, which is greater than 5. So I will be adding 1 in the previous term, and I will be making the remaining term as 0. 0.07, 7 plus 1, it's going to be 8. 0.08, and remaining terms are 0, 0, 0, and 3 zeros. Now,
Yes, miss.
second step is to remove the unnecessary
Yes,
zeros. So,
miss.
do you think that these are
Yes,
unnecessary
miss.
zeros? These are unnecessary zeros because these are after decimal and they are at extreme right condition. Okay, so after removing the unnecessary zero, I'm going to get my answer, which is this.
Yes, miss.
Let's solve this one. It says that calculate this and write your answer, your full calculator display. Okay, let's solve that. Fatma, do it quickly. Have you solved it? My answer shows that it is 3.26077065 and 5. Does it match with your answer?
Yes, miss.
All right. Okay, now it says that solve this up to 4 significant figures. Okay, so I need to round it off up to 4 significant figures. And how many significant figures will be considered as 4? Fatma, what will it be?
3260.
6, 0. Do you think that 0 is going to consider as significant?
Yes, miss.
Why?
Because it is sandwich number.
Okay. Yes. So after this number, I'm going to see the very next digit, which is greater than 5. So I'm going to add 1 in it, and remaining number will become 0. So it will be 3.261 0 0 0 0 0. 3 to 5 and 6. There will be 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 zeros are present over here. Now step number 2. Step number 2 says that remove unnecessary zeros. So do you think that these zeros are unnecessary zeros?
Yes, miss.
These are unnecessary zero because they are after decimal and at extreme right condition. And my answer will be 2.61. That will be my answer. Is it clear to you?
Yes, miss.
All right. Let's solve that. A lake has an area of this square meter. Write this area in square kilometer. Correct two significant figures. So Fatma, what will be the answer?
6400 9 times 0. 64 and 9 times 0.
All right. We have to solve this up to two significant decimals, and I'm going to look at the third one. Third one is greater than 5, so it's going to be 64,000. These one zeros. Is it, Fatma?
Yes, miss. Yes,
And
miss.
okay, so is there any unnecessary zeros which we need to remove?
No, miss.
There is no unnecessary zero, so all of them will be included. 3 and 3, 6 and 3, 9. So 9 zeros. I hope you have cleared your concept till here. Let's solve this one. Use your calculator to find the value of 2 raised to power uh, 2 raised to power square root 3. So let's find it, Fatma. What is the answer? Use your calculator, okay, to 4 significant digits. If I will be using my calculator and uh, my answer is going to be 232,199.
2.32. Yes, miss.
Okay. So we have to round it off up to 4 decimal places or 4 significant figures. Not 4 decimal places, we have to round it off up to 4 significant figures, okay? Because
Yes,
decimal
miss.
place is different than significant figures, okay? I told you before, decimal place means that after point, the number of digits are considered as decimal places, okay? And significant figures before decimal, the numbers can be considered as significant if they are non. Is it clear, Fatma?
Yes, miss.
I need to see the very next digit, which is greater than
Yes,
5.
miss.
So I'm going to add 1 in it, and it will be 3.32, and remaining terms will be considered as 0. Now there is a time to remove unnecessary
Yes,
zeros. So
miss.
these 3 zeros are unnecessary zero. I'm going to remove them.